What if I told you some monks have existed since the last ice age? Hidden deep in the Everest region, beyond civilization's reach, whispers speak of monks who have lived for thousands of years, defying logic, challenging history. From the self-mummifying monks of Japan to the levitating mystics of China, monks have pushed the boundaries of human existence. Are these just legends, or is there something science can't explain? Let's uncover 20 ancient monks hidden in the mountains that defy time and science. Number 20. Self-mummified. Why did some monks choose to become their own sacred relics? Hidden in Japan's mountainous regions, the extraordinary practice of soku shinbutsu saw monks undergoing self-mummification in pursuit of spiritual transcendence. Rooted in the esoteric Shingon sect of Buddhism, this ritual emerged around the 14th century. Monks embarked on an arduous journey to attain enlightenment in their current form, a concept known as sokushin jobutsu. This process was seen as a profound act of spiritual devotion, not as an act of self-harm. The path to self-mummification spanned approximately 3,000 days and was divided into distinct phases. For the initial 1,000 days, monks adhered to a strict diet of nuts, seeds, and fruits, combined with intense physical activity to eliminate body fat. The subsequent 1,000 days involved consuming only bark and roots, further dehydrating the body to aid mummification. Monks consumed tea made from the urushi tree, a toxic substance used in lacquer varnish. This poison remained in their bodies, helping to preserve organs and repel insects after death. In the final stage, the monk was sealed alive in a small wooden tomb, later lowered into a stone, barely large enough to house the monk's emaciated body. With only an air tube and a bell, they meditated, ringing the bell daily until they passed. Once silent, the tomb was fully sealed. After 3 years, it was reopened. If the body was preserved, the monk had achieved sokushinbutsu. While hundreds attempted this grueling path, only about 24 monks achieved true mummification. Today, these preserved monks are enshrined in temples across Japan, particularly in the Dewa Sanzan region, serving as enduring symbols of unwavering faith and discipline. Number 19. Levitating legend. Ever heard of a monk who could defy gravity? Nestled in Japan's Aichi Prefecture, Mount Horaiji is steeped in legends, none more captivating than that of Rishu, the so-called levitating monk. Around 1,300 years ago, Rishu, an ascetic hermit, founded Horaiji Temple in 703. According to lore, Emperor Momu fell gravely ill, and Rishu, renowned for his healing prowess, was summoned to the palace. It's said that a phoenix transported him there, where he prayed for 17 days, leading to the emperor's recovery. In gratitude, the emperor permitted Rishu to establish the temple, aptly named Phoenix Come Temple. Residing atop the 695-meter-high Mount Horaiji, Rishu frequently visited the therapeutic hot springs in the Yuya Valley below. The tales tell of him descending the mountain effortlessly, as if levitating, all while playing his flute. This mesmerizing image left such an impression on locals that they believed the waters possessed healing powers, leading to the establishment of bathhouses that still operate today. Beyond its mystical stories, Mount Horaiji boasts rich biodiversity. Rare species like the Japanese scops owl inhabit the area, their calls echoing Buposo, reminiscent of Buddha, Sutra, monk. The mountain's ancient forests, filled with towering cedars and cypresses, enhance its sacred ambience. Today, pilgrims and tourists alike ascend the 1,425 stone steps leading to Horaiji Temple, immersing themselves in the mountain's serene beauty and spiritual heritage. The legend of Rishu continues to captivate, symbolizing the profound mysteries that intertwine faith and nature. Number 18. Monastery of Gnats. What draws seekers to a monastery perched atop a volcanic plug? Taungkalat Monastery, rising dramatically in central Myanmar, stands as a testament to the nation's deep spiritual heritage and legendary past. Often referred to as the Pedestal Hill, this sacred site rises 737 meters above sea level, offering panoramic vistas of the surrounding plains. Beyond its breathtaking elevation, Taungkalat is deeply intertwined with Myanmar's ancient practice of Nat worship. Nats are spiritual entities, many believed to be spirits of individuals who met untimely or violent ends. The monastery enshrines statues of the 37 great Nats, each with its own unique narrative, reflecting the fusion of animist traditions with Theravada Buddhism. One of the most revered figures is Popa Madao, also known as the Mother of Popa. Legend portrays her as an ogress transformed by love, symbolizing themes of devotion and transformation. Pilgrims and visitors embark on a journey up 777 steps to reach the monastery's summit. Along the ascent, they encounter numerous shrines and playful macaque monkeys, adding to the site's vibrant atmosphere. Tong Kalat is not only a spiritual haven, but also a focal point for cultural festivities. Annual celebrations, such as the festivals during the full moons of Nayon, May-June, and Nadal, November-December, draw devotees from across the country to honor the Nats and seek blessings. The monastery's unique location atop a volcanic plug, combined with its rich spiritual significance, makes Tong Kalat a captivating destination. It embodies Myanmar's enduring traditions, where ancient beliefs and Buddhist practices coexist harmoniously, offering insight into the nation's cultural soul. Number 17. Timeless mountain monks. Imagine living on top of a massive rock pillar, completely cut off from the world, with nothing but the sky above and steep cliffs below. Sounds like something out of a fantasy novel, right? Well, that's exactly how the monks of Meteora, Greece, have been living for centuries. Perched high in the clouds, these ancient monasteries defy nature and time. Built as early as the 14th century, they served as both sanctuaries and fortresses, unreachable by normal means. Monks once used ropes, ladders, and even baskets to transport people and supplies. Yes, baskets dangling over 1,000-foot drops. No biggie, right? But here's the real kicker. How did they even build these stone monasteries on top of these sheer rock formations in the first place? No roads, no cranes, no modern equipment. Scientists and historians still can't fully explain how these structures were constructed with such precision in such an impossible location. Some believe divine intervention played a role, while others say it was pure determination and skill. Today, 6 of these monasteries still stand, attracting visitors from all over the world. But the monks, they remain dedicated to their ancient ways, untouched by time. So what's the secret behind their longevity? Faith? Or is there something even deeper at play? One thing's for sure, Meteora isn't just a place, it's a living mystery that continues to defy logic and time. Number 16. Gravity-defying monastery. Ever wondered how a temple could cling to a cliffside for over 1,500 years? Snuggled in China's Shanxi province, the Hanging Monastery, or Xuankongxi, defies both time and gravity. Perched approximately 75 meters, 246 feet, above the ground on Mount Hengshan, this architectural marvel has fascinated visitors for centuries. Legend has it that around 491 AD, during the Northern Wei dynasty, a solitary monk named Liao Ran embarked on an ambitious endeavor, constructing a temple suspended in mid-air. By chiseling deep holes into the cliff face and inserting sturdy wooden beams, he laid the foundation for what would become one of China's most remarkable structures. But why build a temple in such a precarious location? Beyond the serene isolation ideal for meditation, the monastery's elevated position offers practical benefits. It's shielded from floods, while the overhanging mountain peak provides protection against rain and snow. This strategic placement has contributed to the temple's resilience through the ages. The Hanging Monastery is unique not only for its daring architecture, but also for its spiritual inclusivity. It harmoniously integrates Buddhism, Taoism, and Confucianism under one roof, featuring 78 statues and carvings that celebrate these 3 philosophies. Over the centuries, the temple has undergone various restorations, notably during the Ming and Qing dynasties, ensuring its preservation for future generations. Today, it stands as a testament to human ingenuity and spiritual devotion, inviting travelers from around the globe to witness its enduring splendor. Number 15. Turkey's timeless monastery. Tucked away in the misty cliffs of Turkey's Pontic Mountains, the Sumala Monastery is a masterpiece that defies both time and logic. Perched nearly 4,000 feet above sea level, this ancient monastery looks like something straight out of a fantasy novel. But here's the real kicker. No one truly knows how monks managed to build this architectural wonder on such a steep, rugged cliffside over 1,600 years ago. Founded in the 4th century, legend has it that 2 Athenian monks, Barnabas and Sophronios, were guided by a vision of the Virgin Mary to this very spot. What started as a small shrine soon evolved into a grand monastery, complete with chapels, frescoed walls, and a breathtaking view that seems almost otherworldly. But let's be real, how did they even get materials up there? That remains a mystery. Some believe an intricate system of pulleys and ropes was used, while others think the structure was carved directly from the mountainside. Either way, the precision and craftsmanship are nothing short of mind-blowing. Through centuries of war, empire shifts, and even abandonment, the Sumela Monastery has stood strong, almost untouched by time. Despite restoration efforts, the sheer fact that it's still standing, clinging to the mountain like it was placed there by divine hands, makes it one of Turkey's most mesmerizing historical sites. Number 14. The secretive monks of Mount Athos. Deep in northern Greece, hidden away from the modern world, lies Mount Athos, a place frozen in time, untouched by centuries of change. This sacred mountain has been home to Eastern Orthodox monks for over 1,000 years, and what makes it even more intriguing? No women have been allowed here for over a millennium. Yeah, you heard that right. Since the 10th century, Mount Athos has strictly followed a rule called the Avaton, banning women, and even female animals, from stepping foot on its sacred land. The monks believe this keeps their spiritual focus pure, dedicating their lives entirely to prayer, meditation, and an almost mystical way of living. With over 20 monasteries scattered across the rugged mountains, the monks live in complete isolation, disconnected from the outside world. There's no nightlife, no social media, no distractions, just devotion and a deep connection to the divine. Some monks even live as hermits in caves or tiny cliffside huts, surviving on almost nothing but faith in the land around them. But here's the real mystery. Many of these monks live to incredibly old ages, some even surpassing 100 years. Could their diet of fresh, homegrown food be the secret? Or is it their stress-free, meditative lifestyle? Science doesn't have all the answers, but whatever they're doing, it's clearly working. Mount Athos isn't just a place, it's a living relic of a world that modern life left behind. Number 13. Ki Gompa. High up in the rugged Himalayas, standing at a breathtaking 13,668 feet above sea level, lies Ki Gompa, India's highest continuously inhabited monastery. Nestled in the Spiti Valley, this 1,000-year-old Buddhist monastery has seen empires rise and fall, yet it remains untouched by time, defying both nature and logic. Built like a fortress, Ki Gompa clings to the mountain slopes, almost blending into the rocky landscape. Its unique layered architecture wasn't just for aesthetics, it was a defense mechanism. Over centuries, the monastery has survived invasions, earthquakes, and extreme weather conditions. Yet the monks who call it home continue their peaceful, meditative existence, just as their ancestors did centuries ago. Inside, ancient murals, manuscripts, and sacred relics tell the story of Tibet's rich spiritual history. The monastery serves as both a place of worship and a training center for young monks who dedicate their lives to Buddhism. Their daily routine, prayer, meditation, and rigorous study in the face of one of the harshest climates on Earth. But here's where it gets wild. Many visitors claim that stepping into Ki Gompa feels like entering another dimension. The silence, the crisp mountain air, the energy of centuries-old chants still lingering in the halls. It's an experience that words just can't capture. Number 12. Bhutan's Cliffside Mystery. Perched on the edge of a sheer cliff, 10,000 feet above sea level, Taktsang Palphug Monastery, better known as the Tiger's Nest, looks like something straight out of a dream. Hidden deep in Bhutan's Paro Valley, this breathtaking monastery seems to defy gravity itself. But here's the real question. How did monks build such an architectural marvel in one of the most remote, inaccessible locations on Earth? Legend has it that in the 8th century, Guru Padmasambhava, the founder of Tibetan Buddhism, flew to this very spot on the back of a mystical tigress. He meditated in a cave for 3 years, 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days, subduing evil spirits and blessing the land. Later in the 17th century, the monastery was built around these sacred caves, becoming one of the most important spiritual sites in Bhutan. The journey to Taktsang is no joke. Reaching it requires a grueling uphill trek through dense forests, rocky trails, and steep ascents. But those who make it say the effort is worth it. The monastery's golden rooftops shimmer in the mountain mist, prayer flags flutter in the wind, and a deep, peaceful silence fills the air. It's a place where time seems to stand still. But here's where it gets even more intriguing. Many monks at Taktsang Palpuk have spent their entire lives in meditation, isolated from the outside world. Number 11. Legendary Shaolin Monastery. Deep in the misty mountains of China, hidden among ancient trees and rugged cliffs, lies the legendary Shaolin Monastery, the birthplace of martial arts and home to warrior monks whose skills seem almost superhuman. For over 1,500 years, these monks have dedicated their lives to a unique blend of Buddhism and combat, mastering techniques that push the limits of the human body. But here's the real mystery. How did a peaceful Buddhist monastery become the training ground for some of the most skilled fighters in history? It all goes back to the 5th century, when an Indian monk named Bodhidharma arrived at Shaolin and found the monks physically weak after long hours of meditation. To strengthen both their bodies and minds, he developed a series of exercises that eventually evolved into Kung Fu. What started as a form of self-discipline soon became a deadly art, making Shaolin monks feared and respected across China. Over the centuries, these monks defended their monastery against invaders, trained emperor's soldiers, and even shaped the foundations of modern martial arts. Their abilities became the stuff of legend. Stories of monks deflecting swords, breaking bricks with their bare hands, and even balancing on one finger aren't just myths. They're real, time-tested skills passed down for generations. Even today, Shaolin Monastery stands as a symbol of resilience, discipline, and mind-over-matter mastery. Get ready for today's mystic topic. Strange monks found in Everest, and they've been living since the last ice age. But how is that even possible? These eerie, red-hooded figures were discovered emerging from an ancient icy tomb, their bodies frozen yet mysteriously alive. Their hollow eyes and frostbitten skin tell a tale lost to time. Are they the last remnants of a forgotten civilization, or something far more terrifying? Could this be proof of an immortal order guarding secrets older than history itself? Drop your thoughts below and don't forget to mention #MysticTopic. Number 10. A glimpse into Tibetan Buddhism. Where does time stand still in spiritual harmony? Nuzzled in Ladakh's rugged terrain, Thixi Monastery rises like a fortress of faith, just 19 kilometers east of Leh. Often called the Mini Potala for its striking resemblance to Tibet's Potala Palace, this 15th century monastery is a cornerstone of the Gelugpa sect of Tibetan Buddhism. Spanning 12 levels, it houses 10 temples, an assembly hall, and a community of 120 monks. Its most revered treasure is the 15-meter-tall Maitreya Buddha, built in 1970 to honor the 14th Dalai Lama's visit. The monks lead disciplined lives of prayer, meditation, and Buddhist study while also educating local children, ensuring the preservation of their cultural heritage. Why do visitors find Thixi so mesmerizing? Beyond its spiritual depth, it offers breathtaking views of the Indus Valley and a rare glimpse into a centuries-old way of life. The annual Gustor festival, held in autumn, brings the monastery to life with vibrant cham dances and sacred rituals. In a rapidly changing world, Thixi Monastery remains a beacon of peace and resilience, inviting all who visit to pause, reflect, and connect with its timeless teachings. Number 9. Gandon's Timeless Monks. A symbol of devotion and resilience, Gandon Monastery crowns Wangbor Mountain, 40 kilometers from Lhasa. Founded in 1409 by Tsongkhapa, the revered founder of the Gelug sect, Gandon, meaning joyful, remains the spiritual heart of the Gelugpa school of Tibetan Buddhism. Perched at an altitude of 4,300 meters, the monastery's sprawling complex once housed up to 7,500 monks before the events of 1959. The monks' daily lives are steeped in tradition, encompassing prayer, meditation, and rigorous study of Buddhist scriptures. Their unwavering commitment to preserving ancient teachings offers a glimpse into a world where time seems to stand still. In 1959, during the Cultural Revolution, Gandon Monastery suffered extensive damage, with many of its structures reduced to rubble. However, the resilience of the monastic community led to reconstruction efforts in the 1980s, and today, the monastery has been largely restored to its former glory. Number 8. Timeless Desert Monks. Let's talk about the journey into the heart of Egypt's eastern desert to uncover the enduring legacy of the monastery of St. Anthony. What draws seekers to a remote desert monastery after centuries? In the arid expanse of Egypt's eastern desert lies the monastery of Saint Anthony, established in the 4th century by followers of Saint Anthony, often hailed as the father of Christian monasticism. Born around 251 AD, Anthony renounced his affluent life at 34, retreating into the desert to seek spiritual solace. His profound dedication drew many, leading to the formation of a monastic community around his hermitage. Over centuries, the monastery stood resilient against invasions and internal strife. In the 6th and 7th centuries, monks from other regions sought refuge within its fortified walls, escaping external threats. Despite challenges, including attacks and periods of decline, the monastery persisted, symbolizing unwavering faith and endurance. Today, the monastery is a self-sustained village, encompassing gardens, a mill, a bakery, and 5 churches adorned with centuries-old frescoes. A notable feature is the cave where Saint Anthony resided, perched 680 meters above sea level, offering pilgrims a tangible connection to the ascetic's life. A 2002 restoration revitalized the monastery of Saint Anthony, preserving its history and spiritual significance. Now a major pilgrimage site, it remains a beacon of Coptic Christianity, its enduring presence a testament to faith and resilience. Number 7. Desert Monastic Haven. Ever thought about monks living in cliffside monasteries in the middle of the desert? Let's explore the monastery of St. George in Israel's Wadi Kelt, a place where faith meets rugged terrain. Nestled in the Judean desert, the monastery of St. George clings to the cliffs of Wadi Kelt, a valley believed by many to be the valley of the shadow of death from Psalm 23. Established in the 5th century, this monastery has been a beacon for those seeking solitude and spiritual connection. The monastery began as a lavra, a cluster of caves where hermits lived in isolation, coming together only for weekly worship. Around 480 AD, John of Thebes organized these hermits into a more structured community. The monastery flourished under St. George of Chazeba in the 6th century, becoming a significant spiritual center. Despite facing destruction during the Persian invasion in 614 AD, it was rebuilt during the Crusader period and restored again in the late 19th century by Greek monks. Today, the monastery is active, inhabited by Greek Orthodox monks who welcome pilgrims and visitors. It houses relics of saints and offers a glimpse into a life dedicated to faith amidst the stark beauty of the desert. The journey to the monastery involves a steep hike, reflecting the monks' commitment to seclusion and devotion. Number 6. Cliffside Nature Reserve. How does a monastery cling to a cliff, defying time and gravity? Montenegro's Ostrog Monastery, perched high on the Ostrogska Greda Cliff, is a breathtaking sanctuary of faith and resilience. Founded in the 17th century by Metropolitan Bishop Vasilije, later Saint Basil of Ostrog, this Serbian Orthodox monastery is carved directly into the rock face, blending architecture with nature. It consists of 2 sections, the upper and lower monasteries. The upper monastery, home to 2 cave churches adorned with 17th century frescoes, exudes a profound sense of serenity. Why do pilgrims of all faiths flock to Ostrog? Beyond its Orthodox Christian roots, the monastery welcomes believers from various backgrounds, including Roman Catholics and Muslims. This inclusivity has made Ostrog one of the Balkans' most visited pilgrimage sites, drawing over 100,000 visitors annually. Resilience defines Ostrog's history. A devastating fire in the 1920s destroyed much of the complex, sparing only the cave churches. Yet, through restoration, its spiritual essence endures. Number 5. Simona Petra's Unshakable Spirit. Perched 330 meters atop a sheer cliff on Mount Athos, Greece, this 13th century sanctuary, founded by Saint Simon the Myrrh-bearer, stands as a testament to unwavering faith and resilience. Legend tells of Saint Simon, a hermit who received a divine vision instructing him to build a monastery on this formidable rock. Initially named New Bethlehem, it remains dedicated to the Nativity of Jesus. Simona Petra has endured centuries of destruction and renewal. Major fires in 1581, 1626, and 1891 necessitated extensive rebuilding, yet each restoration preserved its striking architectural style, soaring walls, loggias, and balconies clinging dramatically to the cliffside. The most significant restoration in the late 19th century was funded by Tsar Nicholas II of Russia. Why does Simona Petra captivate visitors today? Renowned for its gravity-defying construction, monks count floors from top to bottom, with the highest level as the first. The monastery has also gained acclaim for its Byzantine choir, particularly its recordings of ecclesiastical chants like Agni Parthena. Now home to around 50 monks practicing Cenobitic monasticism, Simonopetra remains a thriving spiritual center, its breathtaking presence a lasting symbol of faith, perseverance, and devotion. Number 4. Bulgaria's sacred sanctuary. What makes Rila Monastery an enduring symbol of faith and resilience? Cozy up in Bulgaria's Rila Mountains, about 120 kilometers south of Sofia, this 10th century sanctuary was founded by Saint Ivan of Rila, a hermit whose piety drew followers who built the monastery near his cave dwelling. Over centuries, Rila Monastery became a spiritual and cultural stronghold, preserving Bulgarian identity through foreign rule. Its architecture blends styles, with the main church featuring vibrant frescoes and a gilded iconostasis, while residential quarters enclose a picturesque courtyard that has long inspired pilgrims. Beyond religion, the monastery safeguarded Bulgarian heritage during Ottoman rule, serving as a refuge for scholars and a repository for manuscripts. Its library houses invaluable texts that chronicle the nation's past. Why does this monastery continue to captivate visitors? Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1983, Rila Monastery remains a living religious center, drawing people from around the world. Set against a stunning mountain backdrop, it offers a profound connection to history, spirituality, and cultural heritage. Number 3. Cliffside Sanctuary of Faith. Clinging to a rugged cliff in Turkey's Pontic Mountains, Sumela Monastery embodies both spiritual devotion and architectural brilliance. What draws visitors to this remote sanctuary? Founded around 386 AD during Emperor Theodosius III's reign, legend credits its origin to Athenian monks Barnabas and Sophronios, who, guided by a divine vision, discovered an icon of the Virgin Mary in a cave. Clinging to a sheer rock face 1,200 meters above sea level, Sumela blends natural beauty with human craftsmanship. It underwent major restorations under Byzantine Emperor Justinian, and saw expansion during the 13th century under the Empire of Trebizond, when Emperor Alexios III granted it significant endowments. Beyond its religious role, Sumela housed the Frontisterion of Trapezus, a prominent Greek educational institution. The monastery faced hardship after the Ottoman Empire's decline and was abandoned following the 1923 Greek-Turkish population exchange. A fire in 1930 further damaged its wooden structures, leading to extensive looting and decay. How has Sumela endured through centuries of change? Recent restoration efforts have revitalized the monastery, transforming it into a museum and occasional site for Orthodox Christian services since 2010. Overlooking lush forests and the Altindere River, it remains a breathtaking testament to spirituality, history, and cultural resilience. Number 2. The timeless legacy of Tatev. What makes Tatev Monastery a marvel of faith and architecture? Settled atop a basalt plateau in Armenia's Syunik province, this 9th century sanctuary clings to the edge of the Vorotan River Gorge, standing as a timeless beacon of spiritual and cultural heritage. The name Tatev carries with it a poignant legend. It's said that upon completing the monastery's construction, the master architect sought divine intervention to descend safely from the edifice. Uttering Tatev, or grant me wings, he leapt, embodying a profound trust in the heavens. Beyond its spiritual significance, Tatev Monastery was a medieval center of learning, home to the 15th century University of Tatev. Scholars advanced Armenian culture through philosophy, theology, and sciences. Its architectural ensemble includes 3 intricately designed churches, Saints Paul and Peter, Saint Gregory the Illuminator, and Saint Mary. A distinctive feature is the 15th century Gavazan column, an 8-meter octagonal pillar that intriguingly sways with seismic activity, serving as an ancient earthquake detector. Tatev's resilience is evident in its history. It has withstood invasions, natural calamities, and periods of decline. Yet through concerted restoration efforts, it continues to stand as a symbol of Armenia's enduring spirit and cultural heritage. Today, visitors can reach this majestic site via the Wings of Tatev, the world's longest non-stop double-track cable car, offering breathtaking views of the surrounding landscape. Number 1. Tiger's Nest. How does a monastery perched on a sheer cliffside continue to inspire awe and devotion? Paro Taksang, or the Tiger's Nest, defies gravity as it clings to the granite cliffs of Bhutan's Paro Valley, standing 3,000 feet above the valley floor. This 17th century marvel not only embodies spiritual reverence, but also showcases remarkable architectural ingenuity, drawing pilgrims and travelers from around the world. Legend weaves a fascinating tale of Guru Padmasambhava, the esteemed 8th century Buddhist master credited with introducing Buddhism to Bhutan. It's believed he journeyed to this very cliffside atop a flying tigress, a manifestation of his consort Yeshe Tsogyal, to subdue a malevolent spirit residing within the caves. There, he meditated for 3 years, 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days, and 3 hours, sanctifying the site as a place of profound spiritual significance. Established in 1692 by Tenzin Rabgye, the monastery complex encompasses multiple temples and shrines, each intricately designed to blend seamlessly with the rugged terrain. The main shrine, known as the Temple of the Guru with 8 names, honors Padmasambhava's 8 manifestations, reflecting the depth of his spiritual influence. What makes Paro Taksang's journey so rewarding? A trek through dense forests and steep paths leads to stunning valley views and deep serenity. Despite a 1998 fire, meticulous restoration ensures its legacy as a Bhutanese cultural icon. Today, Paro Taksang stands not only as a symbol of Bhutan's rich spiritual tapestry, but also as a testament to human resilience. So what do you think if these monks know something we don't? Could their secrets unlock the mysteries of time, unending spirit, or even the limits of the human mind? If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon.